If you run a service-based business and you're struggling to get people to show up in the door for their consultation appointments, this is what I learned by attending a 2-day workshop with Alex and Hormozi, where they teach the hundreds of BBs that go into increasing your show rate percentage, okay? Your show rate percentage is based off of the amount of people who schedule to the amount of people who actually show up in the door. And one of the biggest struggles that I think that a lot of service-based businesses struggle with is that they could have all these people schedule, but then no one's showing up in the door. Like no one's showing up to their sales calls, right? And so they're wondering, what do I need to do to increase it? So when I attended this conference, this is exactly what they taught the hundreds of little BBs that go into it, right? And there's actually 4 main pillars, but I wanna go through with you on what's worked for us. And so in case you don't know me, my name's Albert Sloss. I'm the CEO of One Shot. We're a health coaching business that works with busy professionals all over the world. So we have tons of scheduled appointments, and we dealt with this where our show rates were really low and we had to figure out how do we increase them. And now we've gotten our show rates to about 85%. These are the BBs that, the hundreds of BBs that Alex talks about that have to be put in place. So I'm gonna go through these with you, okay? The hundreds of BBs for your show rate percentage. The first most important one is speed to contact. The moment someone schedules, you should have some type of automation set up that you'll get a text message on your phone the moment a scheduled appointment comes in. And if it's not to your phone, then maybe to a setter. The moment it gets scheduled, you immediately call that person right away. And you're calling that person to know, hey, just confirming your application, your appointment. We're really excited to see you. I'm glad you were able to get a spot because we have extreme amounts limited into this. So we'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. or whatever it is. From the moment someone schedules to the time that you contact them. If you could bring that to a 5-minute window, that'll do it. The second thing is calendar availability. When Alex Hormozi's, I think the third company, Allen, right? It was a AI that would schedule appointments automatically. I was a part of the beta group that was testing out this system. What they did within that system is that they had so much data to go by to find out what got the highest show rates. And one of the biggest factors that they realized with all the data that they accumulated within this beta was that the calendar availability was the biggest factor. The people who had very little calendar availability got lower show percentages, and the people who had much more calendar availability, higher show percentages, right? Meaning more people were actually showing up. And the reason is because if you only have your sales meeting set to 2 to 5 and that's it, you have to remember, people are not gonna work around your schedule. You need to work around their schedule. So the goal within this pillar is to have calendar availability. Your entire day from 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. should be available to be able to book. It's not that you're gonna be doing sales calls 8 in the morning till 7 p.m. You're not gonna be in back-to-back sales calls. It just means that you're open and you're available to having a consultation within that time. The availability in your calendar needs to be right. If someone's gonna book an appointment, let's say they could only do 6 p.m. and all that's available in your calendar is 5 p.m. They may pick that time, but it's not the most convenient time. And they're just hoping, hopefully I can get out work on time and make it because I'm really cutting it short if I do that 5 p.m. And then they just don't make it because the 6 p.m. was not available. Change your calendar availability, have it open to schedule from 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. or even 8 p.m. just depending on the industry you're in. Third thing, in your scheduler, you only want to allow people to schedule within 72 hours. If today is Monday, people can only schedule for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. That's it, okay? And you have to be very firm on that. What we found specifically is that we've tested 14-day windows, we've tested 7-day windows, we've tested 5. We spend thousands of dollars on testing on this, and we found that anything past 3 days, the likelihood of someone showing up is very unlikely. So 3 days we found to be the sweet spot. Scheduling availability, only 3 days. And if people were to call you and be like, hey, I really want to schedule, but I can't show up till Friday because of XYZ, you have to be firm in your conviction to say, hey, I'm really sorry, but we don't have much availability left. I will work around your schedule, so tell me when you're available because enrollment closes off on Wednesday. Whenever you position it like that, people are higher likely to take action. The fourth thing, when it comes to rescheduling, we had a lot of people who were wanting to reschedule their appointments, and this is what we found from the data that we collected, right? 90% of people will not show up to their rescheduled appointment. That 10 to 20 who actually do show up, a small percentage of them actually sign up. If someone is rescheduling, it's really not that important to them. If someone's in deep pain, they're not going to be rescheduling something that could potentially solve it. And we have to be okay to say, I'm sorry, I can't get it rescheduled. And so we have to be firm to say, we have a no rescheduling policy. So what I could do for you though, is I can see if I could work something out to get you scheduled for a little later today. How would that work for you, right? Or earliest day tomorrow. So rescheduling, same day, next day only. We don't schedule any further out. And if someone does, we have have to say, unfortunately, I can't. I only have 2 spots left and enrollment closes tomorrow. I will work around your schedule, so let me know what time today works, or tomorrow. I'll work around your schedule because enrollment will close out tomorrow. You have to position it like that when it comes to rescheduling. Texting sequence. From the moment they schedule up until the moment they show up in your door, that timeline is the nurturing process. You have to be continuously nurturing that prospect all the way up until they show up in the door. So even for us, we have a 2-message system where we send something in the morning and something in the afternoon. And we do that every day up until their appointment. The 6th thing, offer a gift for attending. What we do at our brick and mortar is that we offer a free fitness tracker. It's like, hey, what color fitness tracker do you want? Just for you attending, we're gonna give you one of these for free. People will see like, oh shit, yeah, you know what? I want a blue one. You could do this with a coffee, a gift card from Starbucks. You could do this with Amazon gift card. Hey, we're gonna give you this free Amazon gift card. Could you text me your address where we could mail it to? It's our gift to you for sparing the time for attending this appointment. 7th part, personalized video message to confirm. The moment someone schedules an appointment, the day of or as soon as possible, you want to get your phone out and you want to send a personalized video message. Hey John, really looking forward to our appointment tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. I'm really excited to talk about your goals and what it is that you want to achieve within your business. See you soon. When it's personalized like that, people know it's an actual person reaching out to them. Testimonial day before. Now, whatever you do as a service, you should have a library of testimonials of people achieving the result that they were trying to achieve with your business. What you want to do is develop conviction in that prospect way before they even show up to the appointment. Sometime before their appointment, you want to send them a photo of a client. Hey, look, this is Sally. She made $30,000 last month when she was only doing $5,000 before. Here's her Stripe account so you can see the difference. Or if you're in weight loss, hey, look, this is Mary. She lost 20 pounds. I saw you're trying to lose 20 pounds. Really looking forward to seeing how we can do this for you. Showcasing some kind of testimonial. 9th one, a 3-way hook message from your lead nurture specialist to sales. Your lead nurture specialist could be your admin person. It could be the setter. Now, this person is going to be the one who's calling. Be like, hey, saw you scheduled. We're really looking forward to meeting you. I just want to go over your application just to confirm a few things. Whole call goes great. It's like, awesome. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to shoot you a text in a group with our lead advisor. In case you have any questions, you could ask then. So what you do in this part here, the lead nurture specialist or your admin will create a 3-way chat with the setter, the prospect, and the lead advisor who's doing the closing. Create that 3-way text. Hey, this is John, our lead advisor. He's going to be in that appointment with you. We're really looking forward to having you. Lead advisor sends a video message inside that 3-way chat. Because what happens is it's very hard for people to ghost more people, right? So they just spoke to somebody on the phone, right? This is Mary. They're going to be meeting with John. Now Mary and John are in the same chat, both saying how excited they are to meet them. If they try ghosting you, they're going to let down and ghost 2 different people. And most people really don't like to do that. Now, 10, reinforce scarcity and urgency. The LNS, your admin, your call center, whoever's doing that speed of contact, when they call, they have to reinforce scarcity and urgency. It's like, hey, Mary, I'm so glad you were able to get into the schedule. We literally only have 2 spots left and the enrollment closes off tomorrow. I'm really excited you were able to get in and we're super excited to go over your goals and to see if we are able to help. Let me go over these questions, blah, blah, blah. Call goes through, right? That's reinforcing scarcity and urgency. This here is done in the rescheduling process as well. Meaning if somebody wants to reschedule, it's like, hey, look, we actually have a no reschedule policy. And this is to respect other people's time who are trying to get into schedule, but it's also to, because the fact that we only have 2 spots left and the enrollment closes off tomorrow. So that's the only reason why I can't really move you to that far out. Now, availability in 15-minute increments. Even though a consultation may take you an hour, it may take you 45, it may take you 30 minutes, the way you want to set up your scheduler is that you want to have it for people to be able to book within 15 or even 30-minute increments. Because sometimes some people only have 30 minutes or even 15 minutes. The likelihood of them picking a time and showing up at that time, knowing it's only going to be that short, is even better for them. So the likelihood of them showing up is higher likely. So you want to have 3 p.m., 3:15, 3:30. You want to have it just back to back. And a lot of times people are like, oh, let me not show as much availability because it's going to seem like I have no business. Fuck that. Put it on there. Make it seem like you have all the availability for them so they can pick a time that's convenient for them. Let go of your ego, let that go. The one thing I did not put in here with this availability in 15 minutes is you wanna allow 2 people to schedule in the same slot. So if you have a 3, 3:34, 4:35, you want the scheduler to allow 2 people to schedule within the same hour. Now you wanna do that because the likelihood of one of those not showing up is likely, and the likelihood of one of them not being qualified is gonna be likely too. Better for you to have 2 people booked in the same hour, meaning they would self-book in the same hour, and again, the chances of one of them not being qualified is very likely. And the chances of one of them not showing up is likely as well. So that's another small thing. Email nurture sequence. I'm gonna tag both of these together. Email nurture sequence and social nurture sequence. The thing is that everybody communicates in a different channel, meaning some people communicate better over phone, some people communicate better over text, some people communicate better over email, some people over Instagram, some people over Facebook Messenger. Everybody communicates differently. You wanna nurture people through the channel that they wanna be nurtured through, the one that best works for them. Since we don't know what the prospect wants to be nurtured on, we wanna hit them at every single angle. We wanna hit them on text, we wanna hit them on phone call, we wanna hit them on email, we wanna hit them on Facebook Messenger, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. We wanna hit them from all these different channels, nurturing them simultaneously, because you don't know which one is their preferred channel for communication. Email nurture sequence, the way we have it set up, every single day from the moment that someone schedules, we have it for 4 days, a 4-day email campaign of nurturing that person. Testimonial, free gift, value. Hey, here's this free guide that you could implement already starting right now. We're giving a whole bunch of value to people, because when you give value, when you give a gift, there's a natural law of reciprocity, meaning that if I give something of value to you, you feel obligated to give something back to me. And what happens in this case, when it comes to the show rate percentage, is that people feel obligated to have to show up, because they're like, man, I got this free gift. They gave me all these free guides to implement. Everyone is telling me how excited they are to see me. I got video messages. They hit me up on Facebook. People are like, wow, you're higher likely to show up. Here, 14, application process. How is the lead coming in? Now, this is one of the things I struggled with personally, is that we have to get clear on identifying prospects and leads, because you have leads that come in who schedule, and then you have sales qualified lead. Big difference between the two. So being able to identify who is considered a sales qualified lead and who is just a regular lead. Now, if you do not have any application in place, you don't have any pre-qualifiers in place, it's gonna seem like you have a very low show rate percentage, but it's just simply because you have no pre-qualifiers in place. A pre-qualifier, these are filters. These are obstacles that people have to cross in order to get on the calendar. The more obstacles there are, the higher quality the lead. Now, this is gonna be very relative depending on your lead flow. If you don't have a lot of lead flow, you probably shouldn't have an application and just get on the phone with as many people as you can. But if you have a high volume of lead flow, high amount of people scheduling, and the schedule's just filled but no one's showing up, you need to incorporate a filter, and that filter would be an application. That application will have about 10 questions to pre-qualify the actual prospects. Putting an application in place can reinforce scarcity, it can reinforce urgency, it could position you very well because someone now has to apply to work with you. The chances of that person showing up is very likely. So all those things come into play when it comes to getting that person to show up, and that's just positioning. Last one here, day of, phone call and text. Someone can schedule today, but they're not gonna come until Wednesday. The day of the appointment, them getting another confirmation call, like, hey, just a reminder of your appointment today. Because they're getting the speed of contact the day they schedule, but the day of the appointment, they should be getting another phone call. The more personalized all of this process is, the better. So if you can do a FaceTime call the day of, would be even better. A second personalized message. Hey Mary, see you today at 3 p.m. I'm super excited to work with you. I got your free gift right here ready to give you. See you soon, right? Here's my Zoom meeting link, or see you here in person. So the day of is extremely important because again, people forget, right? So we want to be nurturing people. So think about it like this, from the moment they schedule up until the moment they show up, there needs to be 2 points of contact each day through every single channel. And then when you do that, you get that higher percentage. So these are just a few: speed of contact, calendar availability, personalized of the messaging in there, and then your availability. Those are kind of like the main things. Above all, one thing that Alex says is that your show rate, a lot of it has to do with brand. The higher the brand, the higher likely it is that you're gonna show up. I mean, think about it like with yourself. If you had a call with Layla, what are the chances of you showing up to that call? What are the chances of you rescheduling? What are the chances of you canceling? You probably would, because the brand is there. But we don't got the brand, so we got to implement all the BBs that we can. And a lot of this you can systematize and you could automate through people, meaning that you have a position, a lead nurture specialist, and they have a process to follow, and they they can do a lot of this work for you. There's systems and softwares that could automate a lot of this as well. But once you get this down, it starts working as a machine. And then if this is your constraint in business, screenshot this. And if you found this useful, if you found it valuable, click the link below, leave me a comment, like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you think. All right, see you guys in the next one.